Hello and welcome to a Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan and I'll be your storyteller for the evening. On tonight's episode, the girls go undercover in New York City's vampire community after a visit from a friend. This is Exalted versus World of Darkness, Friendly Neighborhood Exalts, Episode 28, Elysium.
As I recall, Cass was planning on doing LARPing as a vampire, and Marcy was going to be her ghoul, servant, familiar?
Regular human girl Marcy.
Regular human girl Marcy Bartello.
For Cass, how are you planning to LARP this? What's your new personality thing that you're coming up with? What's the plan here?
My plan is to, I believe I've already talked to you a little bit about it before. I want to talk to our friend and find out more about vampires so that I have a better idea of how to act. And then I'm going to end up LARPing as someone from his clan and basically have to tell Marcy and him, I have a friend who's going to help us out. Just trust me, you can trust them. Just go with it.
Okay. So you talked to Peter Giuseppe, who you knew was going to be going to the vampire party anyway. And he just kind of stares at you a little bit when you ask all these questions of him. But you guys have done him a solid. You basically saved his life twice. One by not murdering him after the whole Giovanni stuff, and then a second time with the blood-sucking fungus. So, he's going to be pretty open about what he knows. He's going to explain that new vampires in the city are expected to go and introduce themselves to the prince of the city. They are expected to tell their clan and sire name and basically offer any gifts that they can as a sign of respect to the prince. And that if you want to get Marcy in there, you're going to have to your friend is going to have to pretend that Marcy is her ghoul. And then he goes on to explain that a ghoul is basically a servant vampire. Well, not a servant vampire, but someone who has drank vampire blood, who is kind of like a superpowered human and is also, your thrall, they obey you.
Right. Okay. And whose ghoul am I going as? My contact. So I'm going as your contact's ghoul or your ghoul? I won't be going. I'll be sending a friend along with you guys. Because I don't really blend in that well. Gotcha. Okay. Just make sure that they introduce themselves so I know who the heck I have to now serve. Yeah, she might come off a little intimidating, but it'll be fine. She's kind of briefed on what's going on.
Okay, so as this conversation is happening, there is the honk of a horn from a Honda Civic. As you can see, Stargazer gets out holding two briefcases. Well, actually, no, holding a very large briefcase, and also holding a what looks like a dry cleaning bag. He sees both of you and kind of does kind of like a salute with the hand that's holding the dry cleaning bag. Ladies, nice to see you all in good health. I come bearing gifts from my boss. Who wants their gift first?
I would give Cass hers first because she's probably gonna dip out here soonish. Yeah, I gotta go get a friend real quick.
All right then, Miss Roller. He hands the dry cleaning bag to you.
Okay, is it one of the see-through ones?
It is not. You would have to open it up to see into it.
Awkwardly grab it, not really sure why I have a dry cleaning bag, and unzip it to see what's inside.
I feel like it's similar to like a wedding dress bag.
So funny. So Christine, I know that you already have the description for this item. So if you want to give your reaction to seeing that.
Oh, I figured you were going to describe it.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. So let me actually give the name of the item, and then I'll give the description, because the description kind of works with. You know what? I'll give the description first and then the name, because I think that it works out really well. So opening it up, this is a lovely weave of star metal and moon silver that can fit any occasion. When you open it up, it initially is presented as a wedding dress that the greatest dancer in history was never able to wear. When you do put it on, the only immutable aspect about it is that when it does change, it will change form. So you know, but when sunlight hits it, the shine creates the five colors of the five maidens upon the clothes in a dazzling display. Kind of like if you look at like a CD under light and there's like a little bit of like a rainbow off of it. And Stargazer, all right, Cass. So Jotun told me to let you know that the name of this artifact item that he's created is the perfected embodiment of the greatest and most terrifying dancer in any court, the raiments of Nyx the Spirit Shepherd.
What?
Oh,
Bye.
fun.
How you feel about that, Britt?
I am speechless.
Yes. I told Britt, I was like, Britt's going to freak out over that.
Dude, I fucking love that. Oh, it makes me so sad. I miss Nyx now.
So Cass is going to look at... After hearing all of that, she's going to look at the wedding dress. Okay, I'm really glad you told me all of this, because, you know, Jotun's a great guy and all, but this is very presumptuous otherwise.
The form can change. It's just how that he made it. It's in reference to another creature that's long since passed.
Yeah, but it's a wedding dress. Like I said, if you hadn't told me what it was, really presumptuous and yeah, just boy.
It's what the spirit wanted, to show off her greatest gown.
That's fine. It sounds amazing. All right. Nyx, what'd you get? She just puts it over her arm and just kind of holds it, keeps looking at it.
What'd you get?
Nyx isn't here, and that's her dress that you got.
I mean, Marcy, my bad.
Okay, so Stargazer then takes the large briefcase, handing it over to Marcy. When she opens it, she sees what looks like a large shotgun with the end having a massive dragon head made out of ornate orichalcum. This is a dragon psi wand. It's basically the two-handed equivalent of a fire wand. The gun is inscribed with runes that give it power, and for the record, as the gun's power is used, it lights up. The weapon itself is loaded through a tube along the back that can hold 8 rounds of ammunition. The boss wanted me to let you know that that's called a dragon psi wand, and it does have a name based off of another hero of legend. The name of that weapon is Velith's Psi, that stood against the Red Tide Demon Prince and saved the world.
Oh wow, this is amazing looking. Like, this is super cool. And she's gonna like look over the gun really well. Tell him I said thank you.
Will do. When you guys are all done with the party, I'll be your ride back to meet up with your friends.
Should we call you, or do you are you gonna know?
Oh, I'm sure that I can figure it out. You all tend to make enough noise as is.
Okay. Cass, do you want to go ahead and I guess go get your friend?
Yeah. Yeah. Cass just keeps looking at the wedding gown. Not confused, but just kind of like, what the fuck? Good luck. I'll go grab her, and yeah, good luck. And she just kind of walks off somewhere out of sight for a little bit.
Britt's super happy with my reference. I feel like Christina was not super happy with my reference.
Oh no, I think it's great. Like, Christina loves it. Cass is just like, it's a wedding gown. It's a wedding gown.
Oh, no, I meant for Marcy's weapon.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great. I love it.
Christina, it gets better.
It took me a hot second, because I looked at it, I was like, wait a second. oh shit.
I asked when I was making it today. I asked Britt. She was like, "Yeah, could it do like something like this?" And I was like, "Wait, do you want it to be like gun made shit, like what Christina did in Iron Kingdoms?" And she was like, "Yes." And I was like, "All right, done."
Yeah, it took me a second.
I'm kind of sad though that Nyx never got married. It's so heartbreaking.
I mean, in my headcanon, she did.
I mean, same. I jumped off a building for that guy.
In my headcanon, she did too, but we never got to actually have a proper epilogue.
Yeah, in my headcanon, Nixon and her boo got married, and they went off like traveling the world and visiting, all the ghosts and actual living abuelas back in Sajan. And Sergey took over running Sunshade. Storm just worked in the dojo, and Sergey managed all the books and everything. Sorry.
No problem. I know you guys are excited to relive old games. I wish I could have done something cool for Tyler and Cody right now for it, but this is really the first game I've run in.
Mine's pretty cool.
I assumed if I had something of Brit's, somebody else had something of mine. I just wasn't sure if you were giving Brit's one of mine, or if you were giving one of the boys one of mine.
No, I just gave the boys some like big anime reference weapons, and I gave you two like each other's like cool character weapons kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard Nyx the Spirit Shepherd and like my heart jumped. It made me so happy.
So anyway, so Cass goes off and then I assume comes back 5 minutes later, but no one knows that it's Cass.
Yep. I was trying to look up a good reference for what a gangrel would look like, because if I remember correctly, that's what Peter's clan was.
That is correct.
And I was trying to get a good description to give, but unfortunately I didn't really find a good one. I guess I'll go with she looks a little, not battered, but worldly, I guess is a good way to put it. But she exudes this aura of power about her as well.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you're in essence 2 or 3?
2.
Yeah, you still like come off as like a 7th gen vampire, I think. Or something very close to that.
I think you told me 7th when we were talking about it the other night.
Yeah, like you walk onto the scene and immediately Peter looks to you and just like, oh, who the fuck is this? Oh, and like he kind of honestly backs up behind the lady holding the scary shotgun.
I'm gonna elbow him gently and be like, "Come on, dude, man up."
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you not see who? Like this is like he can kind of like tell like the blood calls like being like that this is a way lower generation vampire than him.
Lower means stronger, by the way, just for reference.
I figured as much. I'm gonna look to him and be like, "Look, dude, if Cass trusts her, then we're gonna have to trust her too."
Oh, well, all right then. Sure. Peter kind of steps out from behind Marcy and then kind of straightens himself up and he just looks to the lady that's come out.
She's gonna look at Peter and cross her arms. So you're Peter, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Peter Giuseppe. I'm one of the newer gangrels in town. How can I help you?
I was told you could get us into this party.
Oh, are you you're Cassandra's friend then? Looks over to Marcy and just like, holy fucking shit, she goddamn quick.
I was waiting.
Cass is really good at preparing. She probably called ahead.
All right, no, I fucking get it. I got you. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go over to the fucking One World Trade Center. There's Elysium's going on. What's your name, by the way? I'm the one with the invite, but I gotta fucking introduce everyone, I guess.
Gianna Vale.
Okay. Clan?
He just stares at him.
Good call. So you guys head over to the One World Trade Center, which, considering that it is New Year's Eve, it's a fairly long walk to get through. A lot of bars are rowdy right now, but it takes you guys a little bit to get there. And when you guys enter into the main lobby of this skyscraper that should have been closed for the night, there's a single guard there who looks like he's not only been pumping iron, he's been eating the iron as well. He's big and tall, and he has like the kind of muscle that Lenny has. Like he is utilitarian muscle, I guess is the best way to put it. And he
I think working muscle is what you're looking for.
Yes, that is the word, working muscle. So he stares at the three of you coming in.
Brendan, quick question.
Yes.
Would I know what my wand thing can do once I get it, or would they tell me?
As soon as you touch it, you have a intrinsic link to it.
So before we approach the place, can I spend one of the gun's essence for the hiding charm?
The elsewhere charm, that is actually spending one of your own essence to do it. Well, actually, either essence really works. It doesn't really matter. Because it just comes back once you bring the gun back out.
Alright, well, I'll spend one of my essence for it and disappear the gun.
Yeah, it's like how you would commit effort in Godbound. Like, it's not gone, it's just kind of in use.
Gotcha. Okay, so question though. If that essence is committed, if I spend 2 more, would I be flaring, or would I still need to spend 3?
You would still need to spend 3. It's not used, it's just committed to something else.
It's sidebarred.
Okay,
It's
cool.
reserved.
Then I will do that before we walk up to the place, so I'm not walking up to this party carrying a huge-ass shotgun.
A very huge, intimidating shotgun whose barrel has the mouth of a dragon.
Yeah, that.
Cass, or I guess Gianna at this point, right?
Yep.
You just watch Marcy's gun just disappear from her hands, and it just goes somewhere. You don't know where.
I don't think I'd be fazed by that. I have a damn bracelet that, turns into a bow.
Yes, but you're not Cass right now.
I also don't think she would care.
Also, is there any, I'm sure this is questions I would have asked beforehand, too. Is there a certain dress code that I would have to follow? Or am I just showing up in my, baggy sweatshirt and ripped jeans?
That'd be a Peter question.
Peter would have probably tried to find you slightly nicer clothes. This is, he just kind of explains, it's like high fucking society. You gotta fucking, dress at least a little bit better. Like, the ripped jeans ain't exactly in style right now with these people.
Okay, so then Marcy would probably find or purchase at a local store just, some kind of nice dress of some sort, that's simple but not fit too fancy, I guess.
One easy to move around in.
Yeah, like the dress that I wore for Kendra's wedding, for Kendra and Charlie's wedding. Just something simple and nothing crazy.
You find a simple utilitarian dress that definitely won't get singed when you start blasting.
Yeah, and Gianna has just kind of a very simple suit with detailing that's just very earth tone.
So anyway, the guy with working muscles kind of looks at you all and just kind of goes, invites.
Gianna looks to Peter.
Peter kind of scrounges around and pulls out a single kind of dirty letter that he has. Here you go, my man. Peter Giuseppe plus 2. Says +1 here.
Would you deny me my ghoul?
Kind of stares at you and then looks to Peter.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. By the way, I should probably mention I'm wearing my sunglasses that let me do weird bullshit, but they look different while I'm wearing them as this character.
He just kind of nods to Peter and goes, your head if Olivia doesn't like what she sees. And there's an audible gulp from Peter as this guy lets you guys towards the elevator.
Go where we're supposed to go, yes.
So you guys go in, and Peter hits the button for the 73rd floor, which the elevator takes you guys up. It is a awkward elevator ride. But eventually, the door does open with a slight ding, and the sound of classical music being played from a small private band can be heard wafting in as the movers and shakers of high society move around in dresses much fancier than most of you are than all of you are wearing, or suits that look like they probably cost more than your tuition.
Sounds about right.
There does not appear to be a whole lot of hors d'oeuvres being served, but there are many wine glasses that are filled with an ominous red liquid. That definitely does not taste of iron. Definitely does not.
Nah.
There are a few people who definitely do not have the color of vampires walking around, kind of helping people move around. You can kind of tell the servants from the actual important people by how that they're standing and moving in deference. It's a very easy thing to pick out. And above it all, sitting on a throne, is a slender tan woman with short-cut red hair who appears to be in a business suit, and he has one leg over the other, sitting on a throne that is much too large for her. This thing reaches to the top of the ceiling, and this floor seems to take up the equivalent of about 3 floors. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm going to stay close to Gianavale. I'm going to stay close to her and await for any direction so I can play my part.
I assume I probably briefed her before we actually got up here about, if any of them try to give you shit, just kind of be a little bit subservient, but if anybody gives you any real problems, come and find me.
Well, as a ghoul, I would only need to be subservient to you, technically, right?
Technically.
Obviously, don't, go shit-talking other people when they try to ask me to do shit.
Yeah.
Peter just kind of looks and goes, "Yep, don't worry, I'll keep her out of trouble. Me and the kid here got history."
Good. I would hate to see anything happen to her. And she's gonna go and mingle a little bit, try and figure out what people are talking about. I don't want to go straight to by the way, here's this world-ending thing that's gonna happen. I also kind of want to get a vibe for how strong the vampires are here compared to what I'm exuding, I guess, if that makes sense.
Would ghouls know what kind of, or what, I don't want to say breed, but what kind of vampire their
clan?
Yeah, what clan that their person's from?
And rolling. You could have been briefed on that.
Okie dokie.
Gianna's a gang girl.
Gang girl?
Yeah, same as Peter.
Okay, gotcha.
So you said you want to get a kind of idea of how powerful that the general group of them is?
Yeah, because I don't know if I would know, how strong I am as this persona, but considering how Peter reacted, I'm obviously higher. I give up a higher vibe than he does, so I'm trying to kind of feel out the room. In essence, I'm trying to get an idea of how powerful people are around here. If I'm in over my head and need to be confident but walk carefully, or if I can throw a little bit of weight around.
Do you want to do this as talking to people, or do you want to do this as a perception kind of thing?
Perception for right now.
I would say for that, it would be your perception and investigation.
Okay. Lots of 6s. And
Damn.
7s.
That's 8 fucking successes.
On 7 dice. What do my eyes see, Brendan? With my special eyes and my special glasses.
The majority of the people here are probably around Peter's age. Generation being age, basically. But there's at least one person who doesn't kind of naturally flinch when you approach. And then there's 3 other people who kind of almost look down on you as if that they're not at all intimidated by whatever kind of aura that you're giving off. Let me give you let's see. So Britt, is there anything that you'd like to do while that Christina is schmoozing and kind of talking to people?
I would probably just kind of try my best to blend in as much as someone like me can at one of these places, and see if I can keep an ear out for anything that might be of interest or maybe importance. Even if it's just gossip, just try to listen in.
I'm gonna say that if you're trying to blend in. Depending on like the kind of blending in that you're going to do, it's either going to be a wits and stealth to kind of just blend in with the background, or it's going to be and this is going to sound like a super weird roll, but I think it kind of makes sense, a charisma and etiquette roll, whichever one that is higher, or however that you want to do it. Like if you're talking to people, and like trying to blend in, like to look like the perfect servant kind of thing, like that would be a charisma and etiquette. But if you're just trying to like become like the wallflower and like blend in, that would be wits and stealth.
Wits and stealth it is, because I don't have anything in etiquette.
If it makes you feel better, that's not something a lot of people pick up.
Dude, I thought about it when I was putting points in. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to need that for this character right now. So I didn't. So wits and stealth?
Yep. Yeah, etiquette is one of those things that it's like, oh, are we playing a vampire game? Yeah, pick up etiquette. Wow, 5 successes.
At damn 2.
You know what this means later on, Britt, that we're just going to roll awful when it really counts.
Don't tell me that.
Well, Brendan rolled really well on that.
Okay.
No.
So I'm going to get some of the information for Gianna first. So one of the people, most of the people here kind of flinch away from you. There's at least 2 people who look like they're part of the security team who, when you approached through the elevator door, they actually kind of like moved for their guns. You kind of noticed immediately before stopping and realizing that you were invited. The guy who there's also one lady who you talked to who introduced herself as Elizabeth, and she was kind of a gossip for a little bit, but she kind of was getting this weird vibe off of you that she did not like, and kind of moseyed on out of there. Obviously, the lady on the throne is kind of looking down on you.
Makes sense.
As well as this well-to-do, bespectacled man who has been seen coming and going between her and a couple other people. He kind of looks down on you as well. He has one of the big things you notice about this guy is that he has a small group of followers with him that seem to be you can tell that they're vampires, but they're also loyal to him, like almost to a fault. This is the best way I can put it. He has a lot of people that are following him. The other person who is looking down on you is an Arab-looking man with a turban on and a long beard. He is wearing very loose-fitting clothes, and he is conversing fairly jovially with a man who is wearing sunglasses despite it being indoors. Who also appears to be of Arab descent. The guy wearing sunglasses does flinch when you approach. And then the only other person that does not flinch but also is not looking down on you is a man who is basically in Old West attire and has literally a sheriff's badge on his duster and is very openly carrying firearms. The guy that looks out of place in the sheriff's attire approaches you. Well, howdy there, ma'am. We did not get your invite. Could I please have your name?
Gianna Vale.
Gianna Vale. He whips out a ledger and starts looking through. Yeah, are you new in town, Gianna? We definitely did not hear about you at all.
I'm not from around here, but I heard about this recently since I came to town and thought it'd be best to stop by.
Best to introduce yourself on your way through town. Okay, yeah, I understand.
It only seemed proper.
Very, very kind of you, ma'am. I apologize. And he extends his hand. I'm Sheriff Bruce Duggins.
God damn it, Brendan. She's gonna very, slightly stick her hand out and not do, one of those intimidating handshakes, but kind of, if he's going strong, she's gonna go about the same energy he puts forth with it, if you know what I mean. Kind of, match if he's doing, a strong grip or if it's just, a friendly shake or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a friendly shake. It's like one of those, 2 pump shakes, and then he, retracts his hand. All right then, Miss Gianna, I'll make sure that the prince knows about this, and that you can get introduced with Mr. Giuseppe. He's new to the Camarilla around here.
Yes, I believe I'm his +1.
Yeah, and then I saw that you brought your ghoul with you. A little rude, but I'm sure that with you in town, I'm sure that Olivia can deal with that.
I would hope so. As I said, we're just passing through, so if it is an issue, we can leave. I would just love to make my presence known and meet her. I might have some interesting information for her.
Yeah, well, if you're feeling thirsty, we got some fresh ones hanging in the closet. So
She just gives a slight nod.
So as you hang out with Bruce Duggins, Britt,
Yes.
there is a bespectacled man who's been moving around quite a bit. He has a following of, I don't want to call them nerds, but that's basically what they are in Vampire Society. So a bunch of nerds are following him around. And he comes up to you and immediately grabs your hand. Hello, yes, hello. Are you here for the for the refreshments, man? And he's like grabbing your hand and like shaking it very encouragingly, and is kind of trying to lead you away from the rest of the party.
I'm going to kind of look at him a little confused, and obviously a slight fear because, a vampire is grabbing a hold of me, and just kind of shake my head and quietly just be like, no, I'm here with, I think they're called my mistress. I'm here with Miss Gianna.
Oh yes, fantastic. Anyway, this way we've got it. We're running out on one of them, so I've got to get the refreshments done. Miss Jameson will absolutely murder me if I don't get the refreshments done. So if you could please come this way. And he is not letting go.
I'm gonna try to pull my hand back as best as I can, and just try to convince them. I was like, no, I'm not here for that. I'm here to serve Miss Gianna. I said I need to go find her.
Britt, if you could please make me whatever is best between a strength plus athletics, strength plus brawl, whatever that your best thing is, that would work for getting out of someone's grip.
This is not going to go well for me.
If it makes you feel better, I don't have super high strength
will
either.
probably make his grip loosen. Just saying.
Britt, he's pulling you towards one of the closets.
Oh boy.
Christina, if you could please give me a perception and alertness roll.
Okay. Is it alertness? Oh, alertness and awareness just came for me, so.
Oh, you absolutely see this happening. Gianna sees her ghoul getting dragged off towards where Bruce previously mentioned that there were refreshments.
And I assume it's not proper for someone else to feed off of someone's ghoul?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Bruce and say, pardon me, it looks like someone's dragging my property off, if you'll excuse me.
He nods and follows you.
I'm gonna walk over, and I know this is the dude that that was looking down on me, so I can assume he's more powerful than I am, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up, not trying to give off that big dick energy, but very stable, not meekly. Be like, pardon me, I believe that's mine.
Oh, yes, of course. You're the new one in town, aren't you? Okay, yes, I suppose. I didn't realize that was yours. I thought this was a party favor. And he kind of bows, like a half bow, and he looks at you and just extends his hand as if he's waiting for you to bow and kiss the top of it. And he just goes, Seneschal Marcus, at your service. How can I help you?
I give him kind of that. I return a little bit of a bow, and I do return where I kiss his hand to be like, Gianna Vale, it's a pleasure.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm so used to these big parties. People are always bringing presents in. And this guy, Marcus, kind of stares down at Marcy when he says presents.
If I had been more prepared, I might have brought something. But as I mentioned to Bruce here, I'm just passing through and at least wanted to make my presence known and share a little tidbit of information I found out, if people were willing to do so. She points up to the throne. If the prince were obliged, I could reveal such a thing, but I would prefer to do it in private. That's if they were interested.
Yes, of course. I'll go up and make arrangements with the prince right now. Maybe we can see the next time you bring some proper refreshments, though, yes? Yeah.
Yes, next time. As I said, I was not quite prepared. This, how would you say, kind of snuck up on me a little bit?
Yes, well, you're not dealing with the... Well, lucky you, you're not dealing with the Giovannis anymore. Well, he kind of, like, stops himself. Well, actually, because they decided to skip town, that's why we're asking for so many refreshments. Normally they provide, and that's how we keep the peace around here. But they decided that New York wasn't good enough for them.
Well, their loss.
Well, maybe if you... maybe I can... He kind of stares down at Marcy. Maybe if you give me something to remember this by, maybe a little...
Ooh.
I could make sure that the prince knows.
I think we can make some arrangements after the fact. Maybe something a little more intimate and private. And I just kind of give him a knowing look. It's kind of that look of like, you're probably going to get even more than you want if you can help me.
Ooh, I like this. Yes. All right, I'll go and talk to the prince. Just give me a moment, and then let's you know what? You seem more interesting than Mr. Giuseppe anyway, so I'll let you go before him.
Appreciated.
And he walks off with his retinue of nerds, and that happens. Is there anything that you both would like to do before that we start getting down to the more interesting part of this?
I'm debating on something in my head. I'll let Britt go if she has anything she wants to, but I'm debating on doing a thing.
Dude, I'm trying real hard not to go Kendra mode. I'm trying to get out of that mindset right now. This motherfucker. No one told me it was your ghoul. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, you are kind of a nobody compared to him.
I know.
At least that's how he sees it.
Yeah, until they keep fucking around and then they find out. And
that was my whole thing. Well. I didn't want him to sit and like bite into her in the middle of the party and go like right in the middle of the party. That would have been totally, not helpful to the situation.
He's gonna catch these hands.
And if we can get him to do it afterwards, if I can talk Marcy into that, then we literally murder him. I have a plan, sort of.
Words are written. Fuck around and find out.
I have a loose plan.
All right, so Britt, do you have anything?
Once he lets go of my hand, I'm just gonna kind of like rub it. Kind of like, oh, someone just touched me. Let me just rub this, even though it doesn't actually hurt. And just kind of watch him as he leaves and look to Cass and just not Cass and just breathe a sigh of relief. Thank you.
Not a problem. And John's just gonna put a hand on Marcy's shoulder, be like, I'm gonna do my best to make sure no one touches you.
I appreciate that. Do you need anything or want anything? Anything I can do for you?
Just try not to get dragged off by someone like that again. Or get my attention if it happens.
Well, don't worry about that, ma'am. I'll have my boys help out here. And he, as the last person comes through the elevator, and the elevator looks like it's locking down, he goes over his radio. John, Craig, can you come over here and escort this lady's ghoul around? And two vampires that are fairly recently turned come over and kind of look a little shy and see Marcy and just go, yeah, don't worry, ma'am. We got you. One of them is kind of a bespectacled guy with like curly hair, and the other one is like just shaved head with a beard.
I'm just gonna look at them and nod and just give them a polite, like, very small wave. Like, not even pick my hand up, just like move my hand and be like, thanks.
Gianna's gonna look at him and be like, Please do your best to take care of her. And if anybody here gives you grief, please send them in my direction.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, ma'am. We'll make sure to get that done. And the sheriff kind of just goes, yeah, sorry about that there, ma'am. Marcus is one of them Tremere folks. He's they're kind of like inbred assholes, just not as bad. There are version of the Giovanni, kind of just inbreds and assholes.
Ah, yes, I haven't really dealt with much of their kind, so to speak.
Lucky you.
I do a lot of traveling and keep mostly to myself and my kind. So this has been a very enlightening experience.
Oh, yeah. If I might make a recommendation, when you do go up to see the prince, just make sure you kind of steel yourself a little bit. She tends to make people do weird things that they ain't ready for it, and he kind of like taps his head.
Good to know. I appreciate the warning.
Yeah, well, I take my job as sheriff seriously. Been doing it for over 100 years, so...
Seem to be doing a good job about it.
I tried, but there wasn't anything I could do to stop whatever happened to them Giovanni folk, and now we got fucking Sabat in our territory.
No fun.
So, you guys have made it onto the ferry to go to Beaver Island in Lake Michigan. It's been a little bit of a tiring day, and you finally find a few precious moments to take a nap with.
Nap.
Indeed, nap. The destined word that will always help.
The blessed death practice.
As you drift off to sleep, your dreams, for what little time you have, your dreams are fairly vivid. You are standing over the precipice of oblivion yet again, and next to you is a whole and not completely see-through man who has been talking to you for quite a while on this road trip.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hey, old kiddo, how are you doing? You looking to, have you thought about our plan here to try and help out the ghosties in New York?
Oh, hello. Well, how would I go about that?
You see, on your trip over here to Beaver Island, I did a little bit of scouting for you, see, and boyo, there's a little bit of messed up magical energies over there. You open up the let's call them the world. How familiar are you with Eastern philosophy?
I'll have you know I have a whole college class on it under my belt.
Fantastic,
So
kiddo.
very.
So, are you familiar with the term chakras?
I feel like that has several renditions. Which one are you referencing?
Well, I'm referencing the one that says that if you block a chakra, you can stop magical energy from flowing. Basically, where you're heading is a big old block chakra.
Nice.
If you were to unblock that, the energy would flow back towards the Van Zant Manor, and then from there, we can set up a receiving point in Brooklyn, and then Brooklyn will turn into a paradise for the dead. You do that for me, boyo, and I think I can talk to some of my ghosty buddies into helping you out with that plan for the with the wax sculptures.
Oh, you've been keeping up on that. Excellent. I'm glad that you are infected with the cowabungitis as I am.
Yeah. Terracotta Army, kind of neat, but a little not sure why they got to look like that.
You don't choose your family.
But hey, you're here to save the world, so kiddo, I'm down to help.
So all I have to do is clear a blockage, and then
Yep, clear that blockage on Beaver Island, and we should be good to go. Might be a little dangerous, though. You might want to wait for your friends.
I'll think about it.
And as you guys are heading towards Beaver Island, you can hear the low, low roar of a sad, sad Jeff Hodag.
We're coming, Jeff.
Thank you all so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, give us a follow on your podcast app of choice. And while you're there, why not give us a like, comment, or even a review if you can. We always appreciate listener feedback to help improve the show. If you'd like to see what we're up to throughout the week, you can give us a follow on Facebook or Twitter at apairofdicelost. And if you had questions, you could send them into apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme song for this campaign is Epic Blockbuster 2 by Raphael Crux, and other music in this episode was provided by Komiku, Kevin MacLeod, Raphael Crux, and Alexander Nakarada. And finally, for making it this far, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt die.